What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for everyone who's been subscribing, who've been leaving comments. Really do appreciate you guys as we slowly trudge towards 10,000 subscribers. It's been amazing. Also an amazing conversation between a few streamers out there. The stock guy actually had Ludwig and xQc on his stream. I encourage you guys to check it out because this was an incredible conversation, one of which that people clipped a lot for good old xQc, as he went on to say that if he owned FaZe Clan, he would fire pretty much everybody, get rid of all of their esports, and even fire all of the FaZe OGs. As you guys can imagine, a lot of people clipped that out, and a lot of people were talking about, what the heck? What are you doing?
Come on, okay, here's my pitch to you. Okay.
What did he say?
I'm gonna do the pitch to you.
He's pitching. He's giving an elevator pitch.
Oh my god, I thought he was having a stroke. Simple concept. Okay. Tighten up the ship. Fire all employees that do content production. Everybody out of a job. Most esports teams that under contract, all canceled, all fired. Do what, like legacy costs, whatever they have left under contract, write it out, right? So that's gonna be a little bit expensive. Get a really strong core of top time content creators, YouTubers, streamers, go together, and then merchandise, brand, produce at the core, and then work your way down from genuine content and results, and then you work your way down, and you stop doing the esports shit. That shit is garbage.
Okay, would you work with the OGs?
No.
You would cut them out?
Yeah, fuck them.
I think that would create too much division.
I don't give a fuck. I own the company.
Yeah, but the existing fan base is the division I'm talking about. The existing fan base versus future fan base. You would basically have juicers versus FaZe fans.
Yeah, but the old FaZe fans are all pretty much old, right? And the ones that are still
No, they're not. Nobody's watching FaZe Rain is fucking old. The old people are in stock guys chat in Europe.
But I would also encourage you guys to go watch the full 15 to 20 minutes just on this topic alone. They talk about a few other things. Ludwig talks a lot about Moist in this as well. Very informative piece with the stock guy giving his sense from a business side as well. But there was much more to xQc's original answer. I will say, I don't think it was the best answer to the question, but there was still a bit more information to actually break down, including which I think the overall angle he was trying to get at, if he owned FaZe Clan, he would pretty much thin the herd. Although he did say he would fire pretty much everyone, get rid of all their esports, and F the OGs. I mean, he even goes on to say, like, what is FaZe right now? FaZe is just a compilation of utter crap. Or in his words, utter dog crap.
Okay. I think that not only for FaZe, for all esports ventures that have received venture capital that expand into like leagues, franchise, or whatever, I think all of them have alienated their old fan base. All of them are out of touch. I think that the distance between whatever they were before and now is so fat that anything but what is going on is going to be a win. It's going to be, it doesn't matter what you do, it can't be as bad as it is right now. They have so many problems reaching their audience, their fans, the whatever. It's so bad. And if you ask me what is FaZe these days, you can't even tell me. I can't even tell you. Nobody can tell you who the fuck FaZe is. Nobody knows. It's like a big amalgamation of dog shit. Okay, and I generally think with a name big like that, it can bloom again. It just needs the right amount of people. And I think people have tried to come from bottom, from zero, and make something new. It's a tough sell. It's a tough. Give me the last 2-3 people that started something from zero as a group and it bloomed.
So he did not tread lightly when talking about FaZe. He also at some points mentioned, like, you know how the OGs, this is in xQc's words, he talks about how the OGs are saying and fans are saying, oh, FaZe is different now. It's just not the same with these uppers in control, this new management, right? He goes on to question, okay, but the OGs are also different. The OGs are not who they once were. FaZe Clan is not what it once was, but either are the OGs. Everyone has changed.
Yeah, but okay, respectfully with all these people though, there comes a point in your life where you have to be self-aware and you have to be, like, you have to level out with the playing field. And some of these guys, they've had their primes, right? And they have their own content routes, now they do their own thing. But even themselves aren't true to the brand that they created back then. They say, oh guys, FaZe is not like it used to be. They aren't even what they used to be, right? So what do I have to say about where FaZe is at? That's just how it is. like they don't do the same type of content that they used to do. They act in the same ways. They're old or whatever, right? So what does it matter that they're OGs? It's just their name. And on top of that, I think a lot of people greased their paws when the big investors came in and when the big cash injections. People will have high salaries and whatever. They need to cut that shit down. I don't give a fuck what salary they got when the big guys came in. 300K a year. Fuck them. Go back to like fucking 45, 50K. 60K contracts.
And I think some diehard FaZe fans would say, well, it only changed because, and they only changed their content because they're so upset with the situation they're in. I would say that it feels like a lot of the FaZe OG members, the older members, changed a long time before all of this. And that comes with money and fame and explosion. That certainly comes with a change. And you're going to maybe lay off the gas pedal of content. But beyond that, it was actually a really good back and forth of exactly what xQc meant. And I'm going to go ahead and disagree with a lot of it. If he were to own FaZe Clan, what he would do, cutting all of the esports and cutting all of the OGs is the biggest thing that I take away of like, I don't think that would work. If you're going to take over FaZe Clan, then cut out the meatiest, most important part of FaZe, which to a lot of the diehard remaining fans is the OG members and the CSGO team. I feel like you would lose all semblance of what FaZe Clan really is.
Fire everyone.
Absolutely.
2, sell everything.
Absolutely.
3, hire new people. 4, buy new stuff.
I didn't say hire new people.
You just said bring in new people.
You did say bring in new creators.
Oh, no.
So my question is
I said
instead
Titans.
of spending $100 million to do this, why not just start your own goddamn fucking...
Stocky, let me translate. He's going to fire the people who currently work there to hire Titans.
I think he just wants to say he fired everyone in FaZe.
What? I think he understands the overhead's too high for FaZe currently, but if it makes you feel better, you wouldn't even have to do that step because they already fired like over half of their team over the past year.
Even then, I don't want to pay a FaZe banks like 300K a year or something for him to fucking go on Twitter and type some shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. Anybody needs to go.
Wait, am I about to get into my first ever Twitch drama?
No, that's just how it is, though. That's how it is. Because I think in all esports orgs, everybody got wedged into this spot where nobody knows who to hire, who's an expert, who's not, what's the value. And when venture capital came in and a lot of funding came in, everybody just said, fuck it. We're just going to, let's get from point A to point B. And they just...
Although by the end of this, he did have me thinking, I'd be curious to ask you guys the question too. If you owned FaZe Clan, what would you do? Type out a comment, type out a paragraph if you want to, because I think xQc was trying to get at, I'm only assuming here, he would cut a lot of the loose meat, all right? Certainly, FaZe Clan has a lot of members, they have a lot of staff, they have a lot of people that they have let go over the past couple of months. They've had double layoffs, at first it was a 20%, then I think it was 40% in these back-to-back layoffs in back-to-back months. So I think he would continue to do that trimming, which certainly probably could be done. He wants to drop all their esports teams, which I can understand a bit of. I mean, we saw Rain leak the supposed expenses of those esports and pretty much trim all the fat, bring in these Titan content creators. So he'd get rid of staff, get rid of esports. He would get rid of maybe the OGs or just keep these Titan content creators. And what he says is become the new Sidemen, which I actually almost kind of agree with that maybe being a thing.
Give me the value, give me the actual value of the FaZe OGs that currently that they have to the org. What do they do? What do they bring? And what is the dollar amount that you can equate to that?
I think the OGs bring a certain level of like tangible things like viewership, like FaZe Rug gets a great amount of viewership that is valuable.
Okay. We'll talk about that down the line. So you say Rug. So Rug is your number one. Right?
Yeah. I put Rug at my goat for OGs.
Okay. So you've been around the block.
Not even really
you think FaZe. Who else do you think? Jev? So people say Jev. Right?
Jev.
Yeah. What does this guy do? What's his value?
I think cutting all the OGs is less about the value they provide and more that you deal with a lover scorned, which is their current problem right now. Is FaZe Rain is the biggest devaluer of FaZe Clan, because he's just shitting on every decision they make.
And you understand, between me and you understand that the king of all the internet is content, always, number one, right? If you produce a product, people want to consume and watch, it doesn't matter who you are, what you did, what you are doing, what you've done, it'll still succeed. So then, you bring back FaZe from an esports crossover dog shit mix-up hybrid.
You're getting rid of the CS team?
bring it back to the content. Bring it back to the content with Titans. Make the next Sidemen. And build a strong foundation around content results. And then from that point on, expand the brand,
11%
merchandise.
now.
Like, imagine FaZe Clan just drops everybody, and somehow, some way, I don't know if this is possible, the OGs get the FaZe Clan brand back. So you're talking about Jev and Rain and Rug and Temper, Apex, Adapt, whoever, all the OG members, maybe a dozen of you guys, you take back somehow, some way the FaZe Clan brand. You drop the esports, you drop everybody else because you can do it all yourself. Keep it skinny, like Ludwig says, and then you become a competitor to Sidemen. That I almost understand, but the actual logistics of that ever being possible, it seems impossible. But I think that's what the end goal would be. But I don't know. I know that I'm going to use it as well. The fact that he said he would fire all the OGs, that's absurd, especially for the diehard FaZe fans. I think you would ruin your image almost right off the rip. You might as well start your own brand. Regardless, it was still a very fun discussion to see what these creators and what the stock guy even thinks about these potential moves. I encourage you guys to go watch the full VOD, though, because it goes well beyond just that 20-minute thing. But it was really fun and enjoyable to see what these guys would do, especially because Ludwig has Moist. And then xQc wanted to get some esports teams, but I think that's almost dead in the water based on how he talks about esports repeatedly throughout this entire thing. He says esports is dead and utter crap, which I think some people would agree with when it comes to speaking of a return of actual money. What do you guys think about this? What would you do if you owned FaZe Clan? Until next time, though, drink up. Okay, bye.